family? It's your girl Melissa D on the Activation Hour. Welcome back. It's another Saturday. It's fall. It's beautiful outside. I'm excited. This is my favorite time of year, and I am just elated to have these beautiful cupcake treats. Y'all, I'm eating cake all day today because I am joined in the studio with the domestic queen V herself, Miss V. Tabron, how are you today?
I'm awesome. I'm super excited to be here. I love you. I love your energy, and I'm excited to get into this.
Oh man,
this is a great way to spend the Saturday.
It really is. It's my favorite way to spend a Saturday. I hope it's your favorite way to spend a Saturday right here on the Activation Hour with me on 108 Praise Radio. I have just heard so much about these amazing treats. I mean, I have friends who've been posting about it and tagging about it. I was like, I want one of mine, so I get like 4 of them. Nah, I'm gonna share for real.
Right.
I'm gonna share. And the world is so small. It's like 1 degree of separation.
Yeah.
You know, to know that we have some close acquaintances and friends, and just I'm so blessed to know you, to have you here, and to hear your testimony. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about Ms. V. Tabron, and I'm gonna let her share her testimony. I won't go too deep into that. But when I say she is a domestic dynamo, I'm gonna tell the people about you. You are, girl. You know, you better own that thing. She runs the kitchen. All right, Miss. She is the creator and founder of Savor V. It is literally the nation's fastest growing online bakery. And in my mind, I was like, wait, how that work? Online bakery, right?
Online.
All online. And so I'm going to ask her more about that. And she's more than qualified to talk to you about our topic today of stirring up your gifts, stirring your gifts, because she opened this business from just an amazing testimony. She's going to tell you more about it. And she specializes in cupcake jars. So you see the cupcake jars? You better get you one. I got mine. You get yours, okay? It's such a cute and amazing concept. Her cupcake jars, she sells them really, I can't even say nationwide anymore, internationally, because I read that. I mean, you ship all over the world. That's such a blessing. All right. It's carried in 3 locations, or it's 3 locations, okay. And her blog comprises of 27 bloggers that share domestic living tips on topic ranging from beauty to parenting. So I love it. It's pretty much a lifestyle blog, but centered around her online baking business.
Yes.
I love the concept. Tell you more about Miss Beautiful V here. Miss V is the creator of SavorV.com. So if you want to check out the cupcakes while I'm talking to you, stay with us. But you can check out her website.
Coupon code, but you gotta wait.
You gotta keep. Okay, I love it. She said, "Now you gotta tune in the whole time to get the coupon code." Right. It ain't a special if I tell you right up front. So hang with us because we're gonna give you a special discount. I love that. Thank you, thank you guys. And you call in, ask some questions. You can call in today to ask any questions you like for V or me at 478-787-0993. Let me tell you more about this fabulous domestic queen here. V has become the representative for women who desire to balance their dreams, career, and family. I love that. Yeah. And when I read that, it's like we want to do it all. We can do it all, but I love that she gives some practical tips on how to do it all. Like, y'all ever seen that meme where like the lady's like laying there angry? She's like, I gotta look good, I gotta do my lessons, I gotta work out, I gotta cook, I gotta
make you,
I gotta take care of you. Like, what? It is hard, and so I love that her blog and her business shares some practical tips on how to balance dreams, career, and family. She's definitely the modern day woman with vintage soul. I love that she has this cool, smooth, vintage flair going on. So she's so relatable and down to earth. Even though she has been featured in multiple media outlets, she definitely has received much recognition from Black Enterprise, Rolling Out, Centric, the Huffington Post, Jet, and more. You name it, y'all. She is on fire. So please go follow her on Instagram at SavorV or Domestic Queen V.
Yeah.
I welcome my guest, V.
Thank you. That was like the best introduction.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like lights came.
You can take me on the road. I'm a hype man.
I need a hype woman.
Oh yeah, I've been a hype woman. So let's just jump right into it. So don't forget, guys, you gotta hang out with us the entire time. If you want a coupon code, so you can order some sweet treats. I think these are great for the fall. You can have with your tea, your coffee. I mean, and they're great for the holidays coming up, birthdays. So there's a plug. Okay, I slid in a plug. There you go. So welcome to the activation hour.
Thank you.
This place is so amazingly special for me. I do look forward to this every week because you guys know because you're the family, you regularly tune in the show. So the activation hour is that place where you go from your old to your new thing,
Right.
And you'll never be the same.
Okay. Awesome.
It's a place of transition. We've all been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes you have multiple activation hours in your life, right?
Right.
So I know the testimony. They may not know it yet. And when I read it, I was like, if that's not the epitome of an activation hour, when something happens, when you're like, your back is against the wall, you know what, I got to push my way through. And it was life changing for you. Tell us about your activation hour.
Oh, okay, so my activation hour started about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Right? I felt like I had everything you should have, had a degree, I was pretty smart, I had a job, and I could not take care of myself. That job was not enough. I had a roommate, I came home one day, all her stuff was gone. We didn't have a fight or anything, she just packed up all her
Oh my goodness.
and she left. So I was used to, I was in that dependent stage where I depended on her help to help pay half of the bills.
Okay.
So it was just me trying to pay rent and everything on my own. Didn't want to call home because I'm like, I'm a grown woman. My parents already did their work. They did their job and they were excellent at it. So I had to figure this thing out. And it got so bad, my account was $500 in the red with Bank of America. I had no electricity. And I would be at work. I worked for an advertising firm, and on the outside I would get dressed, looked good, feeling good, but I would go home and sit in the dark, and I would cry.
Wow.
It was cold. It was a winter in Georgia.
Ooh.
And so I would just sit there, and I would light candles around my house, and I would just read. And I'm like, okay, God, I know if you're allowing this to happen, I'm missing something. There's something you're trying to get from me. There's something you're trying to get out of my life. There's something you're trying to pull out of me. So I'm going to sit here until I get it. So I read, I can't tell you how many, but I've read a whole lot of books. I've read everything. If you mention it, I probably read.
Okay.
So I'm reading Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And in that book, we hear about Napoleon Hill for Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
but
that's a new one for me.
It came out, they published it in 2011 or 12.
And it's called Outthink the Devil.
Outwitting the Devil.
Outwitting the Devil.
And he said he had an encounter with the devil. He wanted to know why people weren't successful, why he was failing it in life, and he was determined to get an answer. And he says that he had an interview with the devil about how the devil leads people into promiscuity or, alcoholism or, how great men end up failing and things like that. And it sparked something in me. It was like, okay, I'm living in fear. I'm not living up to my full potential. I'm trying to take this traditional path that I hate, that I can't stand. I finished college, but I dropped out of 4 graduate programs because I hated it. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I allowed everyone to shape things for me. And in that book, it clicked for me. And I felt like a voice was like the bake. It was so loud that it felt crazy. Like, I'm like...
It was clear.
I'm like, am I hearing things? This is Outwitting the Devil. Maybe I should put this in the trash can. I don't know.
So this book got me messed up right now. I don't know, but it said bake.
And I heard it again. So then I was like, well, I don't have no electricity here, so that's going to be hard. I phoned a friend. Luckily, I was still on my parents' family plan from a cell phone. So my friend worked 16-hour days, and she was like, girl, just where the hidden key is. Go in the house. I also used all her ingredients, and I made snickerdoodle cookies. So after I made them, I felt better. I was eating all the food in her fridge because I did not have any. All I had in my house was butter and like 2 eggs. I didn't even have any food. I was drinking tap water, and if you know I hate tap water. I'm vegetarian, I'm very health conscious. So I was just in a really bad and broken place, and I didn't feel like I had any help. And the friends I had, I was too prideful to ask them for assistance. And so I took these cookies. I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do now? And that voice said, sell them. And I'm like, I'm gonna be looking like a big old Girl Scout. Like, I have a degree, and I'm trying to reason with God. And he's like, no. So I took my last $10, and I was crying, walking in Walmart to their mini baking section that they have, and I got those clear plastic bags, and I got those address labels that you put on the dress, and I wrote my phone number on the back, and I went door to door, and I sold these cookies at barbershops, hair salons, public supermarkets.
Wow.
And then I looked and I had all this like loose change in dollars, and I counted I had $200 in about an hour. And I've been baking ever since.
There's so many layers to what she just said. Let's unpack that for the people. First, do you understand the situation she was in? And I feel like some of you are either in that right now. Mm-hmm. Some people may be on the brink of that. It's like the lights ain't gonna turn off yet, but if I don't get this money real quick, and you put yourself in a position, one, you didn't allow yourself to stop. You still carried on with life. But I love how you reference, like, I got these degrees, I got this, job. On the outside, it looks one way.
It's amazing.
And then, but I love that, and she keeps saying that voice, but I'm gonna call that voice what it is. The Holy Ghost said, "Go bake." And sometimes we get instructions that just sound crazy. So that was one of the questions I want to ask you. Like, were you an avid baker? Like, was that something you were doing anyway before all this happened, or was it just kind of something you tinkered around with?
It started decades ago with my grandmother Amy.
Okay.
She could cook anything. If you said you didn't like it, she was gonna cook it and give it to you.
Wow.
And you're gonna be like, oh man, it's never tasted like this. But she was fearful, and she was extremely depressed. And I love this woman so much. I spent every day with her growing up. We had baked together. She would make these tea cakes, and they were phenomenal. Oh my God, my granny made the best.
My great grandma, that was her recipe. That's like our family's tea cakes. Oh, we have something in common. Oh my goodness.
And I would stand on a milk crate to reach the stove, and I would bake with her, and we'd talk, and we'd make greens.
This brings back memories for me. Yeah.
And I'm like, Grandma, when I can be, I'm going to buy you a bakery. I told her, she was like, girl, like, whatever. And she passed in '99, and sometimes I feel like I feel her spirit when I'm in the kitchen, and I felt like all of that, all those emotions and everything ran back when I was in this position.
It came back to you. The foundation, your foundation came back to you. That, oh my gosh, I'm blown away, because it does bring back memories for me. But it's amazing how God will take you to a place of something that's rooted in you, something that's laying dormant in you, and He'll call that thing forth in a time of desperation. And that's the one thing when you're like, you want me to do what? And especially when it looks impossible. And you got the instructions, and this is what I love. I've shared this before, and I'm going to say this with V. I love how when God gives us vision, He always makes provision. Now, He didn't say bake and not make a way for you to do it.
There was a way.
There's always provision.
I actually had to leave the house.
You had to leave the house. Oh, that's a word right there. She couldn't stay where she was. She had to go somewhere else. And see, someone else had her resources. You couldn't depend on you.
No.
That's really what it's about. So you, an act of desperation and leaning on God stirred your gifts.
Yeah, absolutely. My back was against. So it was the best situation I've ever been in.
Wow.
Because none of this. I've shipped desserts to places I can't even pronounce. Like, I'll get things like from the U.S. military, parts of Afghanistan, Japan, Europe. I'm like, I don't even know how to spell that. I don't even really know where that is.
Wow.
But my product, a piece of me, is in all of these places.
That's such a beautiful thing. Wow, I'm blown away by that. Let me add another layer to what she said, y'all. She's like, you know what? Then she put her pride aside. Pride is a terrible thing. I like what you talked about with the book and what you read, and about how great men have crumbled out of fear, out of just things appealing to their flesh.
That's what it is.
That lust of the eye, I want it, I gotta have it, greed, jealousy, promiscuity, people being taken out, like, because you can't control. It all comes down to stuff. You can't control your vessel. But here it was, you could have easily said, I'm not going out here doing this. I got a job. I'll go get a second job. No, you had to become humble to get ahead. Who knew you? I can imagine you like Jesus, make this $10 work. I'm
walking up to strangers like, I got some cookies that you like. What? Who is this? Is she crazy? I got some insane looks, and I did not stop. I'm like, okay, God, I'm out here now. We gonna make this work. You told me to come out here. I'm not leaving empty-handed. I'm getting rid of it.
And he rewarded your obedience.
People were chasing me outside of hair salons. Women were going like this, like.
Now they calling you like, girl, bring them cupcakes.
Then I wasn't good because people started calling them the crack cookies. They were like, girl, it's something in these cookies because I want them. I think about them at night. And my gift just made room for me.
Your gift made room for you and brings you before great men. I love it. I love it. Guys, I really hope I know somebody's listening to this right now
absolutely.
With a gift and you have a need, and literally if you just do that one thing, it will change your life.
Yeah, I started a program recently because I didn't have any mentors in business. All of my mentors were books. Now I had mentors in spirit and faith and friendship and mentors for relationships, but business, I didn't have any of that. And the friends that I had that were in business can't boil water.
They say your business is not my business, so I don't know what to say.
They love to eat it, but they didn't know nothing about it. So I took all of my years of knowledge and I created an online university for baking. I have a student who started last month who is making like $200 a day from her cookies. What? And it's changing her life. And she has a son, and it's working for people. And it's like, do exactly what I did. You don't have to go out there in the street unless you want to the guerrilla way. I get it down.
That's the real deal.
I get it from the mud. I don't mind getting my
slanging cookies out of the trunk of the car.
I literally did that. If you can follow me on Instagram for a long time, you would see me like, I'm in front of Lennox Mall today. Pull up.
Oh, that was a funny story. I don't know. I think it was an interview you recently did, and I was listening to it.
Okay.
I think you were telling a story about being chased out of Lennox and then coming back.
I lost some money too. I was upset because I had change in my pocket. Security chasing me. The quarters were falling
out.
out.
Little petite, cute little beaches.
I was playing that day because I knew I learned that I might have to run. So, but I'm helping people now build their own businesses. I have clients that I'm like coaching, and I'm being honest because people try to make it seem like entrepreneurship is this beautiful, glamorous thing, and it's not.
It's hard.
It's extremely hard. If it wasn't, everybody would be doing it. Some people, they start doing it, and then you look on Instagram, you're like, they ain't been active for 6 months. They gave up. It is not for the faint at heart. There were times where I did not make a sale on my website for 6 to 8 months. And it's real, and you have to learn. So I'm helping these people who are interested in the field of baking or whatever. Business is business is business. You have to get a good model. You have to be consistent. You have to work really hard, and you have to be completely in love with what you do, because there are going to be some days where you don't feel like doing it. Entrepreneurship is not based on how you feel. It's based on if you're called to that thing.
That's it.
And I've been called to this, so my calling keeps me going.
That's so
if you're
true.
Called to it, that'll help,
your
stir up that gift that we're talking
That's good. That's good. Your calling. When you know you're called and purpose for a thing, on the days you don't feel good.
Right.
I get it. I get it. We all have those days. It's what you do on the days you don't feel like doing that really builds your character.
Yeah.
It's not the good days and the happy, the glamorous. I'm doing a photo shoot.
Right.
I'm on the radio. I'm going to be in a magazine.
Exactly.
No, baby. It's those days when you don't feel good, your head hurt, your everything hurt, and you got to order to fulfill the ship wherever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those days when, though I don't get a sale, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do one more. That's good. And you said several different things about have a model. Have a business model.
You can go on. People always say, I don't know anything about a business plan. And to me, that means you did not Google. Because if you Google, Google it, the whole template will come. It's like, how bad do you want it? And I always ask people, if you drop dead today, would you be glad at the legacy that you've left thus far? And most people say no. Okay, we have a problem. We have a disconnect. What can you do so you make sure that you're maximizing every day? Every day you should be living like it's your last day. Not YOLO, not crazy, but adding something of
something
value.
Practical, yes.
Adding value. So I try my very best to leave value, to leave a good impression, to impart something in your spirit, and make sure that we're having an even exchange in this process, because we are all spirits in this physical experience. So I don't want to do anything that harms your spirit. I want to enhance your spirit in any way that I possibly can. So that means that I have to guard myself. I have to stay in prayer. I have to be a woman of faith. I have to be this domestic queen that people are actually calling me. So when you're called to a thing and God gives you a platform, you have to be spiritually responsible. So I tell you, if you're still looking for your calling, you don't know, just get in tune with yourself. You know, no matter what you want. I have friends that
you have to get still.
Yeah, get and quiet and be okay with the quiet.
Ooh,
a lot of people aren't okay with it being quiet. That is your sacred place, or God is trying to get something to you. Don't fill it with noise or calling this guy in the middle of the night. Get still and be with God and get in that comfort place.
Let him feel that place. That's so real. And I used to struggle with that, and now it's like I protect my quiet. I don't even like 9 times out of 10. I don't have a radio or TV on. I don't even know why I own a TV, to be honest with you. And you have to when you know who you are. That's the thing. When you know who you are, and you have a set mind to walk in that. It's like something in you clicks. It's like nothing else matters. You really you're so focused on that because it resonates. It's like that's it. That's the thing I've been looking for. That's the thing I've been thirsty for. That's what I've been chasing all my life. And it fills your void. That, oh my God. And it does. And those things stir the gift. Knowing who you are, getting quiet, getting in the Word, those things. It's like, and then as you're studying, as you're hearing, it's like it is moving something in you. It's like the Spirit is saying, okay, now I want you to. These are the ingredients I want you to use for blah blah blah. And
absolutely.
Oh shoot,
you
that was
inspired.
You get inspired.
Clarity. You hear direct connection. It's not clouded by anything or anyone. Absolutely.
And many times when okay, you have these gifts, if we have to be careful about how we govern and use them, not for other people, and we have to make sure we're not self-centered.
It's not about us. It's never.
That's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is, because your flesh will rise up. You're in a. People don't realize that we're in a spiritual warfare. There is a constant battle going on.
He said that I didn't. I was
your ears. There's a battle for your mind, because it is with the mind that we serve God. So you have to govern your thoughts. You always hear people talking, well, think positive, think positive.
Cast down
imagination. Speak over yourself. You have to cast those things down. There's always going to be something or someone or some temptation trying to come against you and what you're called to do. The trick of the enemy, he's trying to steal your calling.
Yes, he
because
is.
that's attached to your legacy. If he can steal your calling and your purpose, your legacy is already wiped out. So you have to protect it. I protect this.
I guard it like I guard my life. What's funny about that? Lord, you were meant to be my guest today, because y'all know I'm transparent every week. Don't act like y'all didn't know I don't tell my business. But for real,
on the radio.
I don't care. It's my platform. It's my party. I can tell my business. But no, really, God has had me even in a place where, like, just because it's a good thing, it doesn't mean it's a God thing. And you said something about your calling and all that, but the key thing is obedience. It's like, it could be good. And it could really enhance your life, but did he tell you to do that thing? And that's another part of stirring up the gifts, is being responsible with them. You know, like, what if you wanted to try a recipe your way? You're like, but these are good though. But he's like, no, I'm trying to tell you what to do. What if God told you, okay, go to these beauty salons and barbershops or wherever, and you decided to go into somewhere else where you got in trouble for loitering or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was governing where.
Yeah, ordering my steps.
He was ordering your steps. And if you didn't listen to that, it could have turned out very different.
I would have been evicted.
You would have been evicted and broke. And who knows, that $200 would have been something else. So I got to ask, there obviously was another level to this, because you went from slinging cookies and cupcakes on the street to this online business. When did you know, like, this is another level? This ain't even just a little hobby thing.
I knew then when I made $200 in an hour that
you knew right away.
Something I could see that it was bigger than me. But I didn't know anything about business. So what I did was I was sharing, because I would share everything. That's how I'm telling you business. I used to share. If you've been my friend for about 4 years, then you used to get all about business, dating, relationships, stuff that didn't even have nothing to do with cupcakes and cookies. And I would share it in these MailChimp newsletters, and I would click on social share so that it would automatically feed to Twitter and Facebook. Now I didn't know anybody was reading it because I had like 50, 60 friends. I'm like, it's just my homies reading this. Yeah. I felt like it was the way they were keeping up with me. But I didn't know that men from the U.S. military were reading it. So I got an email from this guy, and I'm looking. He's like, yeah, you know, from the military, and my men over here love your newsletters, and they got your picture. Wow. And I'm like, this is weird. He was like, we want to know how we can get these cupcakes over here. We miss our families. We miss our lives. We love everything that you share. So when I was sharing, they were feeling a connection to home, a connection to family. I'm talking about how I made the red velvet and then fell asleep on the couch. And then you know, I'm sharing all just the fun.
That's the real power of social media. Yeah. That's how it's used.
And I was like, I said yes. Now I had no idea how I was going to get it over there, but I said yes. I took my butt to FedEx, and it was a guy who always thought I was cute. I was just listening to him. I'm like, okay, I need to do this, that. Then I went the cheap route. I went directly to the post office, found out about
researching what you do.
Yeah. And it was the biggest invoice I had ever sent in my life. Mm-hmm. They got the dessert to Afghanistan in 10 days. They flew a flag in my honor. I got certificates.
Oh, wow.
It was, and I was like, wow. Like, just
that's
wow.
amazing.
And it's just been other things along the way that let me know that this is for me. This is my journey. Now people are ordering every day and signing up for the university program, and you know, there's bloggers, and
wow.
It's not just for me. This is a whole community. This is a family, and just food and baking just so happens to be the common denominator. But this is a family. I've created an online family, and I have friends all over the place.
Wow.
Dessert.
I love this. I mean, what a powerful story. Especially when now you're serving others with your gift.
Yeah. And it's fun. It's so much fun. I love it. Oh my gosh, how does my logo look? And it's fun because I remember what that was like. So the business coaching, the Savor of University coaching, it helps me stay accountable. It keeps a fire in me because I remember when I was that excited. Because when you're in business, sometimes you can get like, and they just relight a fire in me all the time. And it's fun, and it's beautiful, and it's glorious.
It is. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you and everyone connected to what you're doing, because you've created, like I said, a system, and now others can duplicate that and be blessed. And I'm going to come back. I want to talk about how you've added, just like a cake, these layers to your brand and your business. And so I don't even want to take a break right now. This is so good, but I got to take a break.
Right.
And you have to stay tuned, because remember, V came bearing gifts, and she has a coupon code just for you. You have to stay for the whole thing. So stay with me through the break so you can get your coupon code, and you can be like me and get you a cupcake jar, okay? Just quick announcement before we cut to the break. If you are in the Atlanta area, please meet me, your girl Melissa D. I am excited to be hosting and be a part of the Women Calling Men to Action Save Our Community documentary premiere today. Yay! I am excited. Huge congratulations to the visionary Damon Blackman, to all of the ladies and myself who are a part of this amazing project. I'm honored. Please meet me there on the red carpet, 5 o'clock at King's Donuts in Fairburn. You can check out my website for information. You can get tickets at the door. We're not going to turn you away, but you got to get there and meet me on the red carpet and help us save our community. 5 o'clock today, Fairburn, Georgia, King's Donuts. You can get information at melissadwhite.info. We're going to cut to a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back so you can hear about these cupcakes. You're listening to the Activation Hour with your girl, Melissa D. We'll be right back. Brothers,
Brothers,
let me give you some numbers.
10. The percentage of 8th grade black boys
Consider proficient
in reading. 500.
500.
The number of black males killed in Chicago in 2016.
72. The percentage of fatherless black children in America.
In America.
In 2014, the total prison population
Was 1.5 million. Of that, 516,000
were black males.
Something doesn't add up. Something is missing
From the equation.
It's you, Dad.
Big brother.
Uncle,
It's you.
It's you.
It's you, leader. You, leader.
leader.
I am a woman.
Not here to call you names, or disparage you. I am a woman.
Not here to
Discourage you.
I am a woman. Calling men to action. Calling men to action. Calling men to action.
calling you to save
Our children.
Save our homes.
save
Save.
Save
Our community. Our community.
Young certified, glory to my Lord. You know I keep my sword, and I walk by faith and not by sight. I got what it takes to win a fight. I've been through the storm and the pain. The devil thought he won, that's a shame. I got victory in Jesus' name. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. I am a witness for Christ, so I'ma keep living for Christ. I'm moving forward, I ain't looking back. I let go of the past and I pick up the slack. They wanted the truth, so I'm giving them facts, and it really don't get no realer than that. I am living proof of what God can do when you trust in Him. And when everything start falling down, I look up to Him. In the world surrounded by evil, the devil is leading my people astray. So I pray that my people take heed when I speak, cause I really have something to say. Do you know for sure that you would go to heaven if it was time for you to go away? Do you really believe that Jesus died on the cross, was buried and rose on the third day? If you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth, then congratulations on being saved. But if you're still playing games, then you better get right with Christ before it gets too late. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. I am. Positive vibes only, I ride with that Bible and I keep it on me. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. Positive vibes only, I had to stop and thank God for the moment. Hey. Mission for Christ, mission for Christ. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. Mission for Christ, mission for Christ. I am a witness for Christ, so I'ma keep living for Christ. Positive vibes only, I ride with my Bible and I keep it on me. I had to stop and thank God for the moment, cause He did not have to wake me up this morning. I'm counting my blessings and hoping that I can deliver this message. Do you have reception? I feel the presence of the Lord manifesting. Where is heaven? I'm headed in that direction. Following Jesus, no need to complain, this is all for a reason. I had to be patient and wait for my season. I set the trends, I don't play, follow the leader. Preaching that word like a preacher, cause I'm trying to reach out my people and let them know. Don't be prejudice, let it go. I am blessed from my head to toe. I got God with me everywhere I go. Tell him, bro, no negativity in his vicinity. We only feeding off of righteous energy. Put your hands up if you feeling me. You can achieve anything if you just believe. Don't give up on your dreams, I promise it's worth it. That's why I'm constantly working. My conscience was lurking for innocence. I was guilty of many sins, then I remember who died for them. He says, and I do not condemn. I need you to be confident. Now don't go in this world and try to do the opposite. You just be true and stay positive. And watch how we maneuver through obstacles. We came to overcome, keeping faith in the Holy One. And if we are the only ones representing for Christ, then that means we the chosen ones. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. I am. Positive vibes only, I ride with that Bible and I keep it on me. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. Positive vibes only, I had to stop and thank God for the moment. Hey. Mission for Christ, mission for Christ. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. Mission for Christ. Mission for Christ. I am a witness for Christ, so I'ma keep living for Christ.
Can't wait to dig into these treats, and just wanted to pick back up where we left off because the conversation was just getting really good.
Yeah.
We were
Juicy.
it was getting juicy. It was because you were talking about, she shared her testimony, and you shared about you were in a tough place. You were in your activation hour, and you were about to lose your apartment. Lights was off, everything. God said go bake. You went and baked, and just it grew from there. So I want to know, you were sharing about your online university and coaching other businesses, and which is so amazing. And it was all kind of like you learning on your own, and now you create a system to teach other people.
Right.
So what made you go from it? There's like layers to your business. It's like, okay, I have the online bakery,
Right.
but then I also have the coaching piece of it. When did you know that it was time to start doing that for other people?
All of the DMs, all of the Facebook
The
messages.
the demand was
From other bakers saying like, oh my gosh, I can relate to your story. I know I'm good at this, or this is my grandmother's recipe, and I'm going to share this. I don't know how to get it to anyone's hands, or I'm a school teacher and I really don't want to do this. I want to bake. And so I was like, okay, well, I need to teach you how to do that and how to make it make sense, how to help you set up your business, how to help you set up your website, where your customers are, how to sell wholesale, packaging, all those things that there's nowhere that'll teach you that.
not for real, not unless, like you said earlier, Google it.
Yeah. And you have to know what you're Googling. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to know safety and health codes. And all. So I'm like, I'm going to share this with people. Because some people I know are just looking at the website because they're a baker. They're like, I can make that. I don't want to buy it from her. I want to do it for myself. I have my own dream. I want my red velvet to be sold in Japan and all that type of stuff. So I just wanted to help those people.
Okay.
And create a community for those people and tell them how to do it. Nobody could do it like you do it. We could all win in our own right. I know I'm not the only person who can make red velvet. Your grandmother might want to do it, but she needs help.
You're right. That's so true. Yeah. People, you can have a gift and just not know how to advance it. Like, how do I take it to the next level?
Right.
And that's a part of what I was sharing earlier about provision, that you'll have the vision, and when God sees that you're responsible with your talents and you're cultivating that gift, He'll send people that have that piece. Can I share what we were talking about with your partner, with your fiance? Okay, so it was interesting. She was sharing with me. V's getting married soon, and was it your first date? When he offered to do the website?
We've been inseparable since we met. So
But I just love how she was sharing. She wasn't. You weren't even looking for a maid
because I was done. I had time. They didn't know how to act. The people didn't know how to act. So I was done.
I feel you. I do understand. But what's so beautiful about it? The fact that you are stirring up your gifts and cultivating it and doing what you were called to do. God sent provision in the form of a maid who can help you take your business to the next level. He builds websites for, he's like, I got you.
He does, every photo you see, he's setting up the photo booth. He's
that's amazing.
Pictures. He's like, no, we can make this better. He is just down for the home team. Sometimes I think my idea. If I'm like, I want to go to Mars, he'd be like, okay, well, we got to take 30 cupcakes so we can eat them while we're on the spaceship.
I love it.
He is just down for V, and that is my best friend. That is my very best friend.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. See, that's the thing. Like, be mindful as you're building your gifts and you're stepping out there. Look at who's around you and how they're stirring the gift with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so beautiful.
If I wasn't focused on myself and my calling, I would not have met him because I would not have been ready. You have to be living within your purpose to get your mate, but that's a whole nother conversation.
I have to have her back. I feel another show coming on, y'all. For real.
You gotta be aligned.
That just blessed somebody. That somebody might be me. So, so I want to know, like you shared with me about how you're empowering others to start their online businesses and how to bake and how to get out there. How can, well, no, let me ask you this another way, because I see so much, it's been, 4 years, so much growth. What's next? What's next for Savor?
Next? Oh my gosh, I have so many big ideas. I want a super cute little cupcake truck. Like, I want to be pulling up outside of people's offices with the cupcakes and all that kind of stuff.
I love that.
I want to be carried in Sprouts and Whole Foods.
Oh.
I'm making those affirmative statements if you're listening and you know somebody that knows somebody.
All right, hashtag Whole Foods, hashtag Sprouts.
My goal has always been, I've always just envisioned this family brand, like a brand that it could be my husband and my babies. Like, that I don't have to separate the two, you know. I'm building a family business. And so that's what I want to create.
I love it. I pray that for you, my sister. I pray that for you. You know what you made me think about? Like, I'm such a HGTV junkie.
Yes!
That's like how my mother, that's my bonding time for me and my mom. We sit and watch like HGTV and Chip and Joanna, they're our favorite. And that's what made me think about if you guys follow Chip and Joanna. And that's what they did. They started off just flipping houses, and now they have like the Magnolia store, the design group, and I think like they're gonna branch out now. And Joanna's doing even like cosmetics. I mean, she's so, and it's a family. Even the kids are involved. She has a girl.
And they love it. Like, you have to love it. It doesn't have to be baking, or you just have to be.
You have to love it, and they stick to their convictions.
Yes, they absolutely do.
So that's beautiful.
They're a team. They put the team before.
Watch out, y'all. The Savor V family, the brand, the legacy. It's coming. I can't wait. That's so exciting. So tell the people how they can connect with you.
I'm everywhere. No, I'm Googleable.
You are really. She out there, y'all. Just Google her for real.
You can find me at Domestic Queen B on Instagram, at Savor V. And is it coupon code time or no?
Y'all ready?
I think I might.
Y'all think? Okay. So we're going to give you the coupon code, all right?
Okay.
Drum roll. The coupon code is,
if you go savorv.com, that's SAVORV.
Yeah.
Load up your cart with all the goodies. We have vegan too. If you
awesome.
We have vegan desserts. The most popular vegan flavor is the cookie and cream, which you have over there. So she gonna tell you how good it is.
I am, for real.
You ain't gonna.
Y'all need to be following me, because I'll be like doing my Insta stories and Facebook Lives eating my cupcakes today.
I didn't bring you the Snickerdoodle cupcakes.
That's fine.
That's also very popular. I'm trying to get them the good flavors. They all good, but the most popular, the Nana's banana pudding cupcake is bomb.
Oh wow!
And the coupon code is I love Savor V.
I love Savor V. Did y'all catch that?
The
coupon code. And look, I'm not posting this coupon code. You have to be watching the activation hour to get this code. And so share this with a friend. Gift them with the code I love Savor V for the coupon code. SavorV.com. Last question. What would you say to someone who is in the position that you were in your activation hour, whose back is against the wall? What would you say to encourage them on stirring their gifts?
I would say not to stop, but I would also tell them that they have an idea problem. All the issues we have, you can think your way out of it. So you're missing something. You're not thinking about anything. You're not stretching your mind. So you can think yourself out of poverty. Poverty is a mindset. It's in your mind. Depression is in your mind. Doubt is in your mind. That I can't do it. It's all living in your head. So think your way out of it. I knew I needed some new thoughts, some fresh thoughts. If I didn't have any mentors, I went to the bookstore and found those mentors. Even when I couldn't afford to leave Barnes & Noble with the book, I stayed in there all day from the time they opened to the time they closed. And I read every book by these mentors that I had in my mind that spoke to my spirit, that kept me encouraged. So you have to guard your mind. You have to know that you have a thinking problem and that you can think your way out of it.
Absolutely. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So make sure you stretch yourself. So family, I'm going to leave you with one last point. Stirring the gift, that's word, that's Bible. And so 2 Timothy 1:6-7. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in thee by putting on of hands. Catch this. For God hath not given us a spirit of
Yes.
fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. Like V said, the battle that you're going through is in between your ears. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities. So I come to you today claiming that fear will be gone,
Yeah.
your worries will be gone, and that you will have the power and the laying on of hands to stir up the gift in you.
Could we say
Go-
one last thing?
Please share, please.
If you're struggling right now, it's because you have something.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
So if you feel resistance, it's because there is a treasure.
There
You know, the
inside
enemy
you.
doesn't come for anything that doesn't have treasure. He comes to steal. So there is a treasure that's trying to be stolen. You gotta stir that up so you can get to that treasure first.
That's so true. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's powerful. You know what image that gave me? How pearls are made.
Yeah.
How pearls are made.
Mhm.
We are pearls.
Mhm.
We are, because a pearl is made from a parasite that gets into oysters, and it agitates the oysters moving and trying to get this parasite out, and then the substance and all creates, and what's out of it? An irritation, an agitation, a parasite in your life will become your pearl.
Yeah.
If you allow God to use you.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. What a way to end. Family, thank you for joining us. Thank you for staying connected and tuning in and hearing Miss Saber V and her story. V, thank you.
Thank
Bless
you for having me.
Oh,
Thank you
this
guys all
was a
for listening.
joy.
This is
Absolutely. Family, please go support her, SaberV.com. The coupon code I love Saber V. It's only good if you've been listening to the activation hour. You got to get it right here. I love you guys. Hope to see you all at the Save Our Community event today. Stay tuned. Stay connected with me on melissa.dwight.info. Have an amazing week. God bless you. I love you. And go stir those gifts. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Young certified, glory to my Lord. You know I keep my sword, and I walk by faith and not by sight. I got what it takes to win a fight. I've been through the storm and the pain. The devil thought he won, that's a shame. I got victory in Jesus' name. I got victory in Jesus' name. I'm on a mission for Christ, I'm representing for Christ. Yeah, yeah. I am a witness for Christ, so I'ma keep living for Christ. Yeah, yeah. I'm moving forward, I ain't looking back. I let go of the past and I pick up the slack. They wanted the truth, so I'm giving them facts, and it really don't get no realer than that. I am living proof of what God can do when you trust in Him. And when everything start falling down, I look up to Him. In the world surrounded by evil, the devil is leading my people astray. So I pray that my people take heed when I speak, cause I really have something to say. Do you know for sure that you would go to heaven if it was time for you to go away? Do you really believe that Jesus died on the cross, was buried, and rose on the third day? If you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth, then congratulations on being saved. But if you're still playing games, then you better get right with Christ before it gets too late. Hey, I'm on a mission for Christ.